What's going on, everyone? Jason here, and welcome to the Abyss Garage. And we are back at it on our shovelhead chopper build. And today's video, it's all about gas tanks. I've got 3 gas tanks to choose from for this bike. So we are going to see which one fits the best, chop what we need to chop, and get it mounted. So let's get to it. So first thing is first, before we do anything here, these mounts, these tabs here for the split tanks, they're going to have to go bye-bye, so we're going to chop these off here, and I'm going to go ahead and clean up the backbone in some areas because I'm going to be dropping that engine in afterwards, because I want to make sure that this, whatever tank the 3 up there that I choose from, I'm going to want to make sure that it's sitting where it wants to sit. I don't want to have this tank too far back or forward, and I really won't know how that's all going to look unless I put that engine in. Well, this is the tank that came with the bike. Obviously, it's dusty. Paint, pretty good. Couple little scratch there or something. Some touch-up paint would take care of that. I think if I was to run this tank, I would simply just cut the little bit of the bracket back there, make my own new bracket, and then weld that in place. It's got a decent shape from the back. I do like that. Just would have to, bring this up to clear the rocker boxes. Again, not a terribly big deal, but these are the 2 tanks that I got at the swap meet, and I really like this one, but we're gonna take this tank off and see how both of these look in comparison to this guy. All right, so here is tank choice number 2. I mean, it definitely cleans up underneath the area, lifted the tank up. It's got good lines. I do like it, but I don't 100% love it. So let's see how this Sportster one does. All right, so here's choice number 3, the final choice that I have, and that is the Sportster style tank. I think it's definitely got the side profile, but it's interesting because I definitely was going to say that this was the one that I was going to love right away, and I'm not so sure. So unfortunately, not everything the first time is going to go as planned, and my bracket idea I had for up front just didn't work. I mean, I could probably make it work, but I thought about doing something else, and so you guys saw, used a piece of paper and basically made a template. I took another flat piece of steel and cut it out and put a slight bend on the press brake just to start it. And the thought is that this is going to nestle into the frame up here real nice and tight, and then I'll just simply bend it over, and that way it's not overly complicated with using 2 pieces for a bracket or even 3. Bend this over again and then drill some holes and then hopefully attach it that way. So let's see if this way works. And here is the upper mount for the tank made up, and just used, like I said, just a regular 1/8 inch plate steel, and then used the socket and bent it around on this time, and try to give it some nice lines to be visible for the VIN, just to give it that little bit of a more refined look, contour here and whatnot. So now we're just going to go ahead and get this tank on, and then see what I got to do next as far as welding this bracket to the tank. And just like that, another key piece of the build is complete on the shovelhead chopper. For a $20 tank that I picked up at a swap meet, I really like it. It wasn't my initial choice. If we were just going off of a pad and a pen and I was just building a bike, I would tell you that all day long that Sportster tank would have been my go-to choice. But the lines up here just didn't flow quite right. So luckily I had this tank kicking around, so it worked out from my advantage there. And you know, plate steel I had kicking around, made that front bracket up, and you know, just turned down a regular nut in the lathe and used that for a bung. No need to buy a mounting kit if you can just make your own. So big things are coming up for this build. I just picked up today sheet metal. I'm going to be making my own seat pan and seat setup. I'm going to be doing foot controls as well, and handlebar setup. So those 3 key components coming up are really going to tie this bike together and just, again, get it closer to being complete so we can blow it all apart and get this bike finished and actually a running and riding bike. So if you guys like this stuff, let me know down in the comments or like it, and I'll see you guys around for another episode on this shovelhead build. Take care.